goals, but Joey Hughes for mine set most of that up.
The Braves currently leading the season series 2-1 after a... It's moved back now in front. Oh, and Dodge! He's gone, and it's gone! Watson, the trailer, through. As we take a look at the AIHL out of the CBR Brave currently sitting on top on 27 points.
Canberra is definitely up there. I don't think they can be touched at this point in time. They're playing incredibly well. Yeah, this year.
Brave right out on top there at 33 points.
Wake up call, bro. It's final time, hey?
So that's the head coach, Rob.
You know what I mean?
D-Day, our equipment manager.
Hello.
We all met up at the import house. There was a lot of excitement at that point. There was also, to some extent, there was a lot of nerves because it was kind of really starting to sink in that the whole season it's come to this now. We're getting on that bus, we're heading to Melbourne, and it's for finals.
And everyone was just like loose, happy, chilled out. Yeah, it's nice to get down to that seat and you realise it's all time to rock and roll. Each year we've gone down, we have a practice skating on the rink beforehand because it's a big difference playing at the Brave Cave as opposed to playing in Melbourne or on a full-size rink.
5-10 minutes in, Dawsey just sort of took a shot and missed high and wide, and it broke one of the panels of the glass.
Unfortunately, Dawsey broke a panel of glass.
Dawsey also smashed the glass.
Yeah, Dawsey broke the glass.
Dawsey let a bit of a butterfly, it was a wobbly shot. It was an awful shot.
I think I'd have to blame it more on a weak spot than anything because I couldn't say it was my hardest shot.
After a record-breaking season, the CBR Brave are on the cusp of destiny. But first, they must beat the in-form Melbourne Mustangs. This is the first semi-final of the AIHL Final Series presented by Air Canada.
I was starting to get a bit more nervous. The closer we got to that semi-final, the closer we got to the puck drop. Doesn't matter if you were the best team all year. Doesn't matter if you set the points record. None of that matters if you lose that game.
There was a little bit of nervousness because the Mustangs were coming in pretty hot into the finals. They've been a bit of a bogey team for us.
Tonight we've got the game of all games. We've got CBR Brave, probably the shortest race favourites we've ever seen, up against the challengers, the Mustangs.
I mean, the two head-to-head, they played 4 times. Brave took 2, the Mustangs took 2. What are we expecting for tonight's game?
When we got into the change room, we all sat in the same stalls. I think that was probably, if you want to talk about a ritual, that may have been a little something that we did.
If you worry about the other team and what they're going to do too much, well, then that's going to take away from what you're going to do. I think we just tried to come in there and play our game and do what we wanted to do. The guys just came out with a real air of focus and confidence and a feeling amongst everyone that, I would not want to be in our way.
The opening face-off, the CBR Brave, the team in the blue and the gold, the Mustangs, the team in the white and the orange.
It was always important that we led from the front. I think it was a power play and Trev got the first one.
And then at the same time, penalties kicking in as well as when Trev got his 10-minute misconduct right after that.
He celebrated, and the way he did it kind of looked like he was facing the Mustangs players.
This isn't good. One of our best players is out for the rest of the period.
But then you can look around on the bench and go, okay, we've just lost a key import, a key player in our team, but we have so many guys here to back it up.
It's going to be Cook leading the way there. Here's Casey Kabara, gets the shot, and scores! Girling goes in and scores! CBR Brave scores short-handed. They lead 3-0. Chance for Casey Kabara. On his own, shoots, goes high and scores! CBR Brave go to their 3rd consecutive AIHL Grand Final presented by Air Canada. They dominated this semi-final. They were 5-1 victors.
Obviously, everyone knew that that's one step, but that's not what we came to do.
Everyone was really happy, but yeah, very low key, pretty subdued because you know that there's a job to do the next day.
team this season, the CBR Brave are one win away from cementing their status as being the greatest team Australia has seen.
We never had a year like we did this year. The most points in our AIHL history, the best roster that's ever been established in our AIHL history. We all knew that it was our year to win it.
12 months ago, I didn't think I was going to play anymore. I was pretty sure I was finished, and even throughout most of this season, I didn't think I was going to get back to play. Everyone understood the weight of the game and the importance of it, and there is no tomorrow.
Welcome to the 2018 AIHL Final Series presented by Air Canada, live from the O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne. What better way to end an outstanding 2018 AIHL season with the two best teams this year, the CBR Brave and the Sydney Bears, doing battle for the ultimate prize in hockey in Australia, the Good Old Cup.
CBR Brave in the blue, the Sydney Bears are in the white. The Brave win the face-off. Bresciani will go out wide.
That first period we came in, I think we were playing well.
Pass out towards Olivier. Little drop pass, right idea, but Annesley reads that and chops that off.
It was the third line's first shift. Kai won a battle in our zone, made a chip out to Mitchie, and Mitch used his great speed to get down the wall, made a great backhand pass to the middle, and TK looked like a pure goal scorer on that one.
The place erupted. I remember that clear as day. I couldn't hear anything, couldn't hear what the other guys were saying. We were just so happy, so excited after that first one went in. And then it was kind of like we had that belief, like, okay, like we can do this. Like, we've got the first one, now we just need to keep going.
Well, the penalty kill is excellent. They're covering the back door. That's what Bears are setting up for, and they can't get it. Braves, I mean, are setting up for, and they can't do it.
The Bresciani comes in. Bends on, it's trickled in. The Braves take a 2-0 lead. Joey Hughes is claiming it.
We got the second as well, and we're thinking, okay, we're in a good shape here. We just need to keep this going. Can't change anything.
It's 2-0 here to the CBR Brave, and the Bears need to get something on the scoreboard in response. What do they have? Plenty of hockey left.
After the first period, came into the change room, people congratulating people for good plays and what they did well.
And everyone was a lot really excited. We're up 2-0 first period in a grand final, like, oh, we're going to kill it.
And then obviously went out there for the second, and it totally shocked us.
The second period is a blur.
Man, the Bears turned it on. And they came out. All of a sudden it was 2-1, and like, okay, we're not going to shut them out, so that's no worries. And very quickly it was 2-2. And I'm thinking, all right, we've got a game, no problem, it's all right. And then towards the end of the period, they made it 3-2, and I was just sitting there going, shit, this can't happen again. We can't lose a grand final again.
So from the face-off, the Brave will win it, and that will be it for the second period. One that saw the Sydney Bears pile on 3 goals, and they now lead 3-2.
Being down 3-2, it was a much different change room. Different people react to situations differently. It's hard to say people don't drop their heads, but yeah, there was doubts.
After the last few years as well, being in that final and having lost, it's like, oh, not again. Like, this can't happen again.
Huey stood up and said, guys, I'll take a couple of those. I didn't have the best period. He took ownership of it. And I think in doing that, it just let the boys know that he's focused, he's ready to go for that third. And the confidence in which things were said, I think just sort of calmed everyone down.
But we always knew we could get out of it. 20 minutes is a long time to hold on to a 1-goal lead, especially when you're playing against the best team in the league, and that's what the Bears were facing. The Bears were facing 20 minutes of a team that is here to win, a team that's never won before, and a team that's by far the greatest put together in the history of the league.
It was going to be a test, and we were going to really find out what we were made of at that point.
I knew this was my last chance. If I didn't get it this year, I was never going to get it.
We walked out of that tunnel and the place just erupted in noise, and that's our fans.
You think this is Canberra, not Melbourne, with all this noise from the CBR Brave fans?
Coming out of the change rooms and going through a tunnel and hearing the roar of the fans, it was like I'd never experienced anything like it before.
It was like they brought the Brave Cave to Melbourne. It was incredible.
We've got 20 minutes. We've got 1,000 fans here. We can't let them down. Like, that was the biggest thing.
Third period of the 2018 Australian Ice Hockey League Grand Final presented by Air Canada. The Sydney Bears, they got the upset on the cards at the moment. They lead 3-2. Anything can happen. 20 minutes left. This has been a great grand final so far. I suspect we've got something very special coming up.
We were pushing pretty hard through that third period. Now we had the feeling as a group that if we just keep our process, it'll eventually come.
Pursued there by Stephen. Backhand pass intended for Hughes. And Brucker got 1v1 with him. He gets hit there by Kubara. Both players go to the ice. The Braves still have the puck. Here's Harvey. Delays, shoots. Seen all the way there by Kimlin.
When Levs scored that game tyre in the third period, that was when I was confident.
Scored that tying goal, the relief was, you could feel it. The want to drive, that drive forward to keep pushing forward and try to get that fourth, the go-ahead goal.
He takes big pride in scoring big goals, and that's what he did for us. After a lot of shots, there was a disallowed goal that I got pretty excited for. Our line was out, and I made like a little pinch, and puck went over to Trev. He wrapped around the net, fed Darji in the slot, and he had 3-4 chances to get it past. But Kimmer made some huge saves, and then the ref, I guess, lost sight of it and blew the whistle dead as he put it in the net. So I was kind of on the blue line. I had like a real good view of it go in, and straight away I threw my hands up. I was so excited, and then I saw him waving his arms off. So that was disappointing, but at the same time, it was 3-3. We weren't panicked. We knew that we were going to get one.
A lot of people might have thought we might not have had much adversity to overcome all year. And so I think the 3 goals, the way they went in, being down after the second, and then having that disallowed after tying it. Again, I think that was just like another good test for us.
And the 2018 AIHL Grand Final, presented by Air Canada, is going into overtime. Does it get any better?
Then in the change room, it was just very confident, like, boys, we've got this. Huey's going to shut him down on his end. Defense is going to play super strong. Forwards are going to back check and play defense as well. We'll turn the puck back on them and take our chances on Kimlin.
So here we are, overtime in the 2018 Australian Ice Hockey League Final. It's pretty simple. You score, you win the cup.
They kind of started off deep in our zone, and Chewy was like he has been all season. He was huge.
Law fires, shoots, rebound offered by Hewitt, but it's all the same. Save there by Hewitt. Couldn't get a clean shot away. Save there by Hewitt.
We had a couple of chances to close it out. I think Wahib had a pretty good chance at one stage as well.
Comes back the other way. Here come the Braves. 3-on-2. It's to the Levier. Walking in his Darts. Oh, he sprayed it wide. Wahib Darts almost won the game there for the Braves, but it comes back to Bresciani.
A couple of chances the Bears had me pretty nervous, and I'm not going to lie, I was sitting there on the bench and I envisioned them just pouring over their bench after winning, and I was just like, man, this can't happen again.
You know, we just kept on grinding, and then obviously that breakaway pass from Ryan Law went down the left-hand side, shot it, went wide, wrapped around the corner, came straight back up to Wahib. Girling's on the blue line, and I was like, this could be it.
He's going with a shot. He scores! He scores! The senior Brave on the 2018 AIHL Global Cup champions. For the first time in the club's history, the senior Brave have won the Global Cup.
And it took a lot of character to do it. Deary me, and the vanquished they are just.
It was such a relief that we'd done it.
Everyone went nuts. There was helmets and gloves flying everywhere, and obviously the fans were going crazy.
I just got overwhelmed with emotion. This was my 8th year in the league. I'd played in the night stays. I remember being a spectator watching the Canberra Knights, and I'd be on the sidelines taking photos of like Geordie Gavin was my favourite player, and then to fast forward 8 years winning a championship with him, it's ridiculous. You can't really write that stuff.
This was just an explosion. Like, I couldn't believe it had happened. It's 5 years since we started the Brave. I mean, the year before that with the Knights, we were, I think, probably set a record as the worst team in the league. You know, 5 years later, the same city, we produced the best team in the league. To finally realise that and to get over the line it's very, very special. And what a group of guys to do it with.
The first time you pick it up and lift it finally after watching other teams lift it the last 4 years, it's light as anything.
Casey and Tyler, we all got a photo together holding the cup, and it was really special to win it with them.
I mean, I've played for Australian teams in the past, and won a gold medal with the Australian national team, and nothing compares to the feeling of when Trev scored that goal. It was just like 16 years of everything's off your shoulders. We finally won it. Greatest moment of my life.
This has been one of the best summers I've had in a long time, from ownership all the way down to fans, everyone. It's been spectacular.
I don't think you could draw it up or wish for it to be any better of a finish than that.
But I think for me the biggest thing this year was the team culture, the locker room. Everyone played for each other. It was all about the B on the chest.
This wasn't just a team of champions. They proved today that they are a champion team. And the nation's capital have their heroes.
Slaying like a knight for nearly 40 years. Reborn as brave, and now they know we have no fears. Pull out your rifles, cause we're still on trial. We rally round, they are still in denial. It's us against them, we're ready to condemn. Chase that cup again, right until the end. So let them bullets fly, they hear our war cry. Brave spirit doesn't die, we're standing brave.
On with nothing, fought hard to become something. The taste of success, but not the glory. Now it's time to finish the story. Face painted, a week I've waited, got that bee on my chest. Drop the puck, got